Because right now, in your pocket, in your car cup holder, maybe even in your change jar at home, there could be a state quarter worth serious money and you don't even know it. Rare US coins alert. Do not spend these coins. I'm talking about hidden treasure coins, silent fortune found in plain sight, dirty old coins, shock, that collectors are fighting over behind closed auction doors. These coins equal hidden wealth. These old coins is a treasure. Nobody talks about these. Secret collectors want them. Real auction shock numbers that will make your heart race. And every single coin on this list gets bigger, rarer, and more life-changing. Some tiny detail makes these rare. Old coins equal big treasure. Check your pocket now. Check these coins. You could be holding a fortune and not even realize it. Stay till the end, because what comes next will change everything. Do not spend these coins. Now let's talk about a coin that looks completely ordinary, but it is not. Coin number 1 is the 2020 Marsh-Billings Rockefeller State Quarter with the P Mint mark in very fine condition. And before you roll your eyes and say, it's just a modern quarter, listen carefully, because this is not fiction. This coin is special. The year 2020 was chaos. Economic pressure, uncertainty, shutdowns, production disruptions. The United States Mint was dealing with stress, safety changes, staffing shortages. And in the middle of that storm, this quarter was struck. That year matters. When mints operate under pressure, mistakes happen. Variations slip through. Small details become rare. And rare coins equal big money. On the front, you see the familiar face of George Washington, strong and calm, but look closer. The strike sharpness, the spacing, the texture of the lettering. Under pressure years, subtle die variations appear. Tiny shifts in alignment. Slight differences in relief. This detail changes everything. Collectors obsess over the smallest inconsistencies in the P Mint mark, the positioning, the crispness. A slightly different punch pressure can separate an ordinary coin from a hidden treasure. Flip it over, and the Marsh-Billings Rockefeller design tells a story of conservation. Trees rising tall, branches detailed, the forest scene deep and layered. It looks peaceful. But some of these quarters were struck with subtle die anomalies in the tree lines and inscriptions. In very fine condition, with original surfaces, those details are still alive. Not worn flat, not polished away. Original. And when you hold it, it feels like every other quarter. But don't let that fool you. About 5.67 grams of copper-nickel-clad metal. Roughly 24.26 millimeters across, around 1.75 millimeters thick. That cold, solid feel in your palm. That's quiet wealth. That's silent fortune. Hidden treasure, hiding in plain sight. Here's where it gets dangerous to ignore. Most of these quarters were spent, thrown into vending machines, lost in parking lots, dropped into tip jars. Survival in collectible condition is shrinking every single day. Very fine condition with strong original surfaces is already harder to find than people think. And cleaned coins? Destroyed. Completely destroyed. The second someone takes polish to it, trying to make it shiny, the value collapses. Never clean this coin. Original toning matters. That soft, natural surface, even if slightly dull, is gold to collectors. Why is the P Mint mark important? Because Philadelphia struck massive quantities, yes, but under 2020 stress conditions, minor die varieties slipped through. Collectors are hunting for those micro differences. Slight doubling, sharpness variations, tiny die chips. Some detail makes these rare. And when one with the right characteristics shows up, auction rooms go quiet. Then the bidding starts. Slow, controlled. Aggressive. Collectors are fighting, but calmly, because they know what they're looking at. And here's the part that will hit you hard. In today's market, one of these rare 2020 Marsh Billings Rockefeller P Mint Mark quarters in very fine condition with the right variety has reached around $130. Let that sink in. That's not pocket change. That's life-changing opportunity. That's serious money for something people are accidentally spending every single day. Do not spend this coin. I'm serious. Check your change. Check the mint mark. Look at the strike. Look at the trees. Look at the lettering. This is not about luck. This is about awareness. Rare US Coins Alert means you act now. Professional grading is critical. If you think you found something special, do not guess. Do not clean. Do not scratch. Send it to a reputable grading service. Authentication separates hidden wealth from false hope. Patience is golden in this game. The collectors who win are the ones who wait, who protect originality, who understand that dirty coins sometimes hold the biggest treasure. Demand is rising. Supply is shrinking. And here's what most people don't realize. Many serious collectors are holding, not selling. They know the story of 2020. They know production stress creates opportunity. They know modern coins with rare traits can explode in value over time. So if you ever see a 2020 Marsh Billings Rockefeller quarter with a P mint mark, do not ignore it. Do not spend this coin. You could be holding a silent fortune. And if you think this one is shocking, what comes next is even bigger, even rarer, even more dangerous to overlook. Stay with me, because the next coin on this list makes this one look common. Next coin number 2. You might have passed this coin yesterday. You might have dropped it into a gas station tray, handed it to a cashier, or left it sitting in your car without even looking at it twice. And that is exactly why this coin is so dangerous to ignore. We're talking about the 2006 Nevada 1864 state quarter with the D mint mark, in fine condition, with that green spats, slightly antique surface that collectors secretly love. This coin is special, and most people have no idea. First, understand the year. 2006 was right before the financial storm that shook America. Housing markets were overheating. Economic pressure was building quietly in the background. The U.S. Mint was producing state quarters at massive speed because the 50 state quarters program was exploding in popularity. Billions were struck. Machines were running hard. Dies were wearing down. Tiny variations were slipping through. And that's when rare coins are born. On the front, you see George Washington, calm, composed, staring forward. The D mint mark from Denver sits there quietly. But what collectors look for is not just the letter. It's the strike around it, the depth, the alignment, the sharpness. Sometimes slight die shifts, minor doubling, or pressure inconsistencies make certain pieces stand out from the ocean of ordinary coins. This detail changes everything. Now flip it over. Nevada, 1864, the Silver State. A wild Mustang running free across open land. Mountains rising in the background. Sagebrush below. The Silver State, proudly written. That design carries history. Nevada became a state during the Civil War, 1864, when silver was critical to the Union economy. That legacy is stamped into this quarter. It's not just metal. It's American history pressed into copper and nickel. And when you hold it, it feels like every other quarter. Around 5.67 grams. About 24.26 millimeters across. Roughly 1.75 millimeters thick. Standard-clad composition, copper core wrapped in nickel. But that weight in your palm, that's quiet wealth. That's hidden treasure. That's serious money disguised as spare change. Here's where it gets real. Most 2006 Nevada quarters were spent aggressively. Vending machines, casinos, parking meters. They circulated heavily, especially in western states. Fine condition examples with original surfaces are already harder to find than people think. And the ones with what green spats, that natural antique look, untouched and uncleaned, are even rarer. Listen carefully. Never clean this coin. I don't care if it looks dull. I don't care if it has toning. That greenish surface, that aged look, is what proves originality. The second someone dips it in cleaner or rubs it with cloth, microscopic scratches destroy collector value. Cleaned coins lose their silent fortune instantly. Why is the D mint mark important here? Because Denver produced enormous numbers, yes, but under high-speed production stress. Certain die states, certain strike qualities, certain surface characteristics create a narrow group of coins that serious collectors chase. Some pieces show subtle die fatigue around the Mustang. Some have crisp, unusually sharp mountain details. Some have slight design anomalies that separate them from the crowd. And here's what most people don't see coming. In quiet auction rooms, when one of these rare Nevada D mint mark quarters with the right characteristics appears, the bidding doesn't start loud. It starts calm, calculated. Then it climbs. Collectors are fighting without emotion on their faces, because they know supply is shrinking. They know most were destroyed by circulation or cleaning. They know survivors in fine, original condition are getting locked away. Today's market value for the right example has reached around $118,000. Let that hit you. 1/4, one piece of metal people toss into coffee jars. Worth serious money. Hidden wealth. A life-changing opportunity hiding in plain sight. Do not spend this coin. I'm warning you. Check the date. Check for 2006. Look for Nevada. Look for that D mint mark. Study the Mustang. Study the surface. Stay till the end of this series because what comes next is even bigger. Professional grading is critical. If you suspect you have something special, do not guess. Authentication separates a common coin from a hidden treasure coin. Patience is golden. The collectors who win are the ones who protect originality and wait for the right market moment. Demand is rising quietly. More collectors are entering modern variety hunting. Supply is shrinking every single year because people are accidentally spending these coins. Quiet wealth disappears daily into circulation. This is not fiction. This is a rare U.S. coins alert. And if you think a Nevada quarter worth over 6 figures is shocking, the next coin on this list is rarer, more explosive, and even more dangerous to ignore. Do not move, because the next one changes everything. Next coin number 3. If you have a shiny 2014 quarter sitting somewhere right now, I need you to stop what you're doing and listen carefully. Because this is one of those coins people spend without thinking, and later realize they let a silent fortune slip through their fingers. We're talking about the 2014 Great Sand Dunes State Quarter with the P mint mark. Silver shine, very fine condition, and almost nobody understands what makes this coin so dangerous to ignore. 2014 was a strange moment in the economy. Recovery mode. Slow rebuilding after financial crisis years. The U.S. Mint was pushing out America the Beautiful quarters fast to meet demand. Philadelphia was striking massive numbers. Machines running long hours. Dies wearing down. Pressure building. And when that happens, subtle variations are born. Tiny differences that collectors hunt like treasure. On the front, George Washington stands strong as always. But look closely at the strike quality around the lettering. Look at the texture around the P mint mark. On rare examples, the pressure and dye state create sharper than usual details or slight anomalies in spacing and relief. This detail changes everything. Most people never look that close. Collectors absolutely do. Now flip it over. The Great Sand Dunes design. Sweeping dunes rising like waves. The mountains in the background. A father and son walking across the sand under open sky. It looks peaceful, calm, almost ordinary. But some 2014 P mint mark quarters were struck with unusually strong detail in the dune's texture. The flowing lines are crisp. The depth between the sand ridges stands out. In very fine condition, that texture is still alive. Not flattened, not destroyed. And when you hold it, it feels like just another quarter. Around 5.67 grams. About 24.26 millimeters wide. Roughly 1.75 millimeters thick. Copper core, nickel outer layer. Standard composition. But don't let that fool you. That cold silver shine reflecting in your palm, that's hidden treasure. That's quiet wealth. That's serious money hiding in plain sight. Here's what makes this coin even more powerful. Most 2014 quarters were heavily circulated, dropped into machines, tossed into drawers, scratched, cleaned, ruined. Very fine condition with original surfaces is already getting harder to find. But the ones with that natural silver shine, untouched, not polished, not dipped, not wiped, those are the survivors collectors are fighting over. Never clean this coin. I mean it. The second someone tries to improve the shine, microscopic hairlines appear. The natural surface is destroyed. Value collapses. Original toning matters. Even subtle light toning around the dunes is part of the story. Cleaning turns hidden wealth into ordinary metal. Why is the P mint mark important? Because Philadelphia produced huge numbers. Yes, but certain dye states, certain strike characteristics, and subtle production inconsistencies created a small group that stands out. Some show slightly stronger dune contours. Some show sharper mountain lines. Some show minor dye chips or raised markers collectors obsess over. These are the coins secret collectors want. Auction behavior tells the real story. When one of these rare 2014 Great Sand Dunes P mint mark quarters with exceptional surfaces shows up in a certified holder, the room changes. Bidders go quiet, calm, focused. Then the numbers climb. Controlled but aggressive, because supply is shrinking and demand is rising. Many collectors are holding, not selling. They know modern rarities with the right characteristics can explode long-term. And here's the moment that will make you double-check your change. Today's market value for the right example has reached around $112,000. 1 quarter, life-changing wealth. Silent fortune, hidden treasure coins people are accidentally spending every day. Do not spend this coin. I'm serious. Check the date. Look for 2014. Look for Great Sand Dunes. Look for the P mint mark. Study the dunes. Study the shine. This is not fiction. Professional grading is critical. If you think you've found something special, do not guess. Do not clean. Do not scratch. Send it to a reputable grading service. Authentication separates common coins from big money coins. Patience is golden in this game. The collectors who win protect originality and wait. They understand that demand grows while supply quietly disappears into circulation. This is a rare US coins alert. Dirty coins? Sometimes they hold the biggest treasure. That silver shine might be hiding serious money right now in your pocket. And if you think a 2014 quarter worth over 6 figures is shocking, the next coin on this list is even rarer, even more explosive, and even more dangerous to overlook. Stay with me, because what's coming next makes this one look easy. Next coin, number 4. Right now, somewhere in America, someone is handing this coin to a cashier, and they have absolutely no idea they just gave away a hidden treasure. Hidden. This is the 2006 South Dakota 1889 state quarter with the P mint mark, green spats, very fine condition, and this coin is way more dangerous to ignore than it looks. Most people see 2006 and think modern, common, nothing special. That's the mistake. 2006 was peak production madness for the state quarters program. The mint was pushing machines hard. Demand was insane. Collectors were pulling coins out of circulation. Billions were struck. And when production is pushed to the edge, dies fatigue, pressure shifts, microscopic variations happen. This detail changes everything. On the front, George Washington looks calm, familiar. But the P mint mark from Philadelphia tells a deeper story. Under heavy production, certain die states created subtle strike differences, slight spacing changes in the lettering, tiny die chips, minor doubling around the rim or mint mark. The average person never sees it, but secret collectors want exactly that. Flip it over. South Dakota, 1889, the year it became a state. Mount Rushmore rising bold and proud. A ring-necked pheasant in flight. Wheat heads framing the design. It looks patriotic, peaceful, but under magnification, certain examples show stronger detail in the feathers, sharper wheat lines, and unusual die texture near the date. In very fine condition, those details are still visible, not flattened, not washed away. And that green spat surface, that slightly antique tone, that's not damage. That's originality. That's proof the coin hasn't been cleaned or stripped. That natural aging is exactly what collectors crave. Dirty coins shock people, but sometimes dirty coins hold the biggest treasure. When you hold it, it feels like every other quarter. About 5.67 grams. Roughly 24.26 millimeters across. Around 1.75 millimeters thick. Copper core, wrapped in nickel. Standard weight. Standard size. But this is not standard value. That cold metal sitting in your palm could be quiet wealth. Silent fortune. Serious money hiding in plain sight. Here's the part that should make you nervous. Most 2006 South Dakota quarters were heavily circulated. They traveled through vending machines, parking meters, grocery stores. Scratched, dropped, cleaned by people who thought they were helping. And every time someone cleans one, they destroy microscopic surface flow lines that collectors rely on to judge originality. Never clean this coin. Do not polish it. Do not wipe it. Original toning matters more than shine. Why is survival rare? Because modern coins are abused. People don't protect them. They don't store them carefully. Very fine condition with original green spats and strong design detail is already shrinking in numbers. Demand is rising quietly while supply disappears into circulation. Auction rooms tell the truth. When one of these rare South Dakota 2006 P mint mark quarters with strong strike and original surfaces appears in a certified holder, the room shifts. The bidding starts calm. Then it climbs. controlled, quiet, aggressive. Collectors are fighting, but they don't show it. Because they know modern varieties with the right markers are becoming harder to find every year. And here's the number that will make you check your change tonight. Today's market value for the right example has reached around $97 for a quarter. One coin, life-changing opportunity. Hidden wealth people are accidentally spending every single day. Do not spend this coin. I'm serious. Check the date. 2006, look for South Dakota. Look for the P mint mark. Study the wheat. Study the pheasant. Study the surface. This is not fiction. Professional grading is critical. If you suspect you found something special, send it in. Authentication separates a common coin from a big money coin. Patience is golden. The collectors who win are the ones who protect, certify, and wait. This is a rare US coins alert. These old coins is a treasure, even if they don't look old. Some detail makes these rare, and that detail could be sitting unnoticed in your pocket right now. And if you think nearly 6 figures for a South Dakota quarter is shocking, the next coin on this list is even more explosive, even rarer, and even more dangerous to overlook. Do not move, because the next one is where things get unbelievable. Next coin number 5. Before this video ends, I need you to lock in, because this last coin is the one people are laughing at, while serious collectors are quietly hunting it down. Coin number 5 is the 2020 Tallgrass Prairie State Quarter with the P mint mark. Silver shine. Very fine condition, and this coin is way more explosive than it looks. 2020 was not a normal year. Production disruptions, economic uncertainty, staffing limitations. The US Mint was operating under pressure the entire year. When mints are stressed, dies wear differently. Quality control shifts. Small variations slip into circulation. And that is when hidden treasure coins are born. On the front, George Washington looks the same as always, calm and steady. But look closer at the P mint mark. Under magnification, certain examples show sharper edges, slight die markers, subtle strike strength differences around the lettering. Most people will never notice, but this detail changes everything. Secret collectors want coins struck during unusual production environments. Now flip it over. The Tallgrass Prairie design is powerful. A regal butterfly resting in tall, flowing grass. Windswept blades stretching upward. Clean sky behind it. It feels peaceful. But on certain rare 2020 P mint mark examples, the grass lines appear unusually sharp, the butterfly wing texture more defined, the strike pressure slightly stronger than typical mass issues. In very fine condition, those details are still alive. Not flattened, not worn smooth. That silver shine you see, that natural original surface glow, that's not something to improve, that is everything. Never clean this coin. I mean never. The second someone wipes it, dips it, or tries to polish it, microscopic surface flow lines vanish. And with them goes the silent fortune. Original toning matters more than brightness. When you hold this quarter, it feels completely normal. Around 5.67 grams. About 24.26 millimeters across. Roughly 1.75 millimeters thick. Copper core, sealed in nickel layers. Standard size. Standard weight. But this is not standard value. This is quiet wealth disguised as pocket change. Here's why survival is rare. Most 2020 quarters were aggressively circulated. People needed cash. Coins moved fast. Many were scratched, dropped, stacked, cleaned, or simply lost. Very fine condition with strong design detail and untouched silver shine is already becoming harder to locate than most people realize. Demand is rising quietly. Supply is shrinking daily. And auction behavior tells the truth. When a certified 2020 Tallgrass Prairie P Mint Mark quarter with exceptional strike and originality hits the market, bidding is calm at first. Then it escalates. Focused collectors push numbers higher without emotion. Because they understand 2020 mint stress. They understand how modern rarities form. They understand that what looks common today can become tomorrow's legend. Today's market value for the right example has reached around $114,000. 1 quarter. Serious money, life-changing wealth, hidden treasure, sitting in change jars across America. Do not spend this coin. Check your pockets. Check your car. Check your drawers. Look for 2020th. Look for Tallgrass Prairie. Look for the P Mint Mark. Study the butterfly. Study the grass detail. This is not fiction. Professional grading is critical. If you believe you found a special example, do not guess. Do not clean. Send it to a reputable grading service. Authentication separates big money coins from ordinary circulation pieces. Patience is golden. The collectors who win protect originality and wait for the right buyer. These coins are hidden wealth. These old coins is a treasure, even if they don't look old. Dirty coins, sometimes they hide the biggest fortune. Rare coins equal big money, and people are accidentally losing them every single day. Now, listen carefully. If this list opened your eyes, imagine what else is hiding in plain sight. There are coins out there right now that make even this $114,000 quarter look small. Coins nobody talks about. Coins secret collectors are holding tightly. Coins that could completely change someone's financial future. So before you spend another quarter, stop. Look at it. Check the date. Check the mint mark. Because you might be holding a silent fortune and not even know it. If you want more rare US coins alerts, if you want to uncover more hidden treasure coins worth serious money, make sure you're ready for what's coming next. Because the next video, it's even bigger. And trust me, you do not want to miss it.